So the nuclear chew has arrived at the station, and things are starting to get real spicy, brother. Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz, and welcome back to Satisfactory, where last time we got started on our nuclear power setup. And I've done a little bit of work behind the scenes that I'll catch you up on later. But first, I want to update you on something else that was very important last time, where I mentioned the complete collapse of our entire world. Because as it turns out, there is a limit to how many things you can place in the world, and apparently that limit's around 2 million objects. I don't know if that counts things on belts, but irregardless, our save file has started to crash a couple times. The game is incredibly long to load, and our autosaves take about 30 to 40 seconds. Because, you know, we've been kind of busy. However though, I asked you guys in the comments what we could do about this and on my Twitch live streams, and guess what? You guys found some exceptionally good solutions. Most notably is this line of code right here. So I have a link in the description that shows all of this and how to do it, but by inserting this code into the game files, my game hasn't crashed in a very long time. Pretty much never. Anyway though, before we get back to nuclear, we also could help the game by deleting some stuff. So first up, we're just gonna go around the world and delete anything unnecessary. One thing being all the platforms underneath our train tracks, which are entirely unnecessary, and we can just optimize those railways by doing something like this, which honestly both looks better in my opinion, and cuts down on the amount of platforms we use by about 50%. So now and into the future, I'll be switching over our track into that optimized design and making things look all pretty. And then we'll kind of use that logic with every other place in the world as well. Like, if there doesn't have to be a platform, I'm gonna be getting rid of it. But for a lot of the stuff in our world, we don't see it all too much anymore, like this area, so I don't really mind. And when your options are do this or you can't play the game anymore, well, the option's pretty clear. Though good news, I heard on a recent developer stream that they're looking into this specific issue, and it might be optimized in update 4. So hey, that'd be super cool. But in the meantime, it does help with our game's frame rate and the lag if we do get rid of a couple objects, so no big deal. Just so long as we can get to making some supercomputers and turbo motors, I'll be happy. Anyway though, big thank you guys for all the help with that, but we're gonna be moving back to our nuclear setup. And as I said, I've been busy on those Twitch live streams. So remember to go to twitch.tv/ImKibitz to catch my Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday live streams. Usually I'm only playing Satisfactory as well, so you get to see the behind the boops of my YouTube videos. But in the last episode, we left off getting everything together in this one place so that we could make the sulfuric acid. Because with the nuclear fuel rods that we need for the nuclear plants, we need to make pellets. And that's pretty much the entire setup we've done here. So we haven't got the uranium yet, but we need a ton of this in order to make these pellets, and they're the first stage. So for the sulfuric acid, it's just a little bit of sulfur, a little bit of water, and then the big spice is when you combine the uranium with the acid to make the pellets, you get a little bit of the acid back. That was the spooky thing. That's why I left this for a Twitch live stream, because that little residue causes some very big issues. Luckily though, I think I have solved them. It's a little complex, but let me try and explain. So over here, we have all of the sulfuric acid we needed. It's about 2,160-ish, and it all comes this way. Most of the pipes are full of 300 acid per minute, and this one pipe down here has about 60 per minute. So, all that being said, it goes into systems of 6 refineries each, so 6 times 6 is 36 refineries, all set to make the sulfuric acid and the uranium pellets. And 6 times 80 is 480 acid per minute, but also 6 times 20 is 120. So each system needs about 360 sulfuric acid per minute then. So what I did is just had a 300 line go into each of the systems, first up, goes in over here. Then, with the residue, that is all coming out this way, skirts on around into this little, what is it, buffer. Yeah, little buffer here. And the first machine in the set of 6 takes all of the residue and runs off of residue. Then what remains, so 120 minus 80 is 40, goes through here, meets up with the rest of the 300 line, and goes down the rest of the pipe. And that should just work out. Maybe. Maybe. We will see. Because 40 plus 300 is 340, and the pipes can only handle 300. I'm hoping that this machine kind of sucks up enough acid to kind of make things work, because it all meets up right here. And this takes 80 fluid per minute. So it should work, probably. And if not, we're just gonna have this whole area completely radioactive, and we're gonna have a problem we can't solve. Wow! But we will deal with that soon. TM. But enough of the good vibes. We must produce power. How are we gonna do this? What are we gonna do next? Well, number 1, we're not actually gonna be using all of these refineries. Here's why. We're at the build limit pretty much with our world right now. So I don't want to like overdo this nuclear thing. Like if we used all of the uranium in the world, that's about 1,800 uranium, we'd probably get around a terawatt of power. And we do not need a terawatt of power. And that's about 1,000,000 megawatts, I'm pretty sure. However though, maybe 500,000 megawatts is pretty good. So 500 gigawatts. Yeah, that could probably do it. And considering our fuel we already have going here, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure if we fully optimized one nuclear node, we'd be able to get about that. Maybe 300,000 to 400,000 megawatts, I'm guessing. So I kind of just want to utilize one node fully. And then if we do need more power, we just bring in more of the uranium. Yeah, so that's the plan there. And logically, since each of the uranium nodes makes 600 uranium per minute, we have 36 refineries going on here. That means we're only gonna have to use this first set of 12 to make the uranium pellets, and we move on to the next stage, which is going to be the encased uranium. Oh, cells. They become cells now. Okay, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be these guys, which need, oh, more sulfur, fantastic. Little bit of silica and quick wire. Oh, that's super regretful to see. And it's not like the resources it's gonna cost. The real reason I'm like kind of cringing at myself about this is because all of those resources are literally right over here. Like this entire facility over here has everything we'd possibly need. We have 2 pure quartz nodes, we got a metric poop ton of freaking deuterium as well, and we even have like 3 sulfur nodes. And everything's already being processed too. But we're already bringing all of that stuff back to base for other projects, so we can't use it. Though, you can always make changes, right? Like, where is all of that deuterium and quartz going? Well, apparently it goes through the Voyager 1 stations. The Voyager 1 input station is just here underneath our main base, and the outputs, it looks like, go over in this direction. But we're not even using the sulfur nodes we're gathering. Oh, okay. I guess we're gonna use that for turbo fuel at some point, but now, well, we're gonna redirect that. So that's one problem just solved. And it would seem that most of that train stuff goes into here. It's our refinery section to our base. So right here, we refine all of the quartz crystals we need for our crystal oscillator project. And to be honest, I don't know where the deuterium's going, but almost certainly it's going to the same place as well. Because the only spare deuterium we have and quartz crystals we have are on these 2 lines right here, and there's not much. 390 cat ingots, like actually, dude. Why would I like actually dude me? like actually do. Past Kibitz, what is your logic here? That's a lot of Deuterium as well. I don't know what's going on there. We're not gonna deal with it. And 233.5 quartz, like actually again. I guess we lose stuff during processing? Not sure. Anyway, this is not enough to do all the nuclear stuff, and it's already at base, so I don't wanna like redirect all of that. So yeah, we won't be taking any of the materials from here. So we're gonna have to find new sources. But I got way ahead of myself actually. How much quartz and stuff do we even need? So there's gonna be 12 refineries making the pellets, right? And that's gonna be how many pellets? Should only be, not too many. Oh, it's a lot, okay. It's 50 times 12. Cool. 50 times 12, 600 pellets. Right on. Well, if we go to those encased cells again, we can see in here that they take 20 uranium pellets per minute. So 600 divided by 20, and that equals 30. So we'd have 30 manufacturers, oh boy. And now 30 times 22.5 per minute equals 675, and then 675 silica as well then. And then 37.5 times 30 is 1,125. Okay, you know, those are not the scariest numbers in the world, especially now that we have a couple Mark III miners. That's only like one pure like silica node or quartz node. Quick wire, same dealio. In the sulfur, well, we have 2 nodes that we already saw weren't being used, so hey, that's already pretty much solved for us. Now, how do we go about silica? I know there's a ton of alternate recipes now, so oh my god, that's the one, never mind. Well, how many assemblers do we need to make the 675 silica? Probably not a lot. 675 divided by 26.2. Okay, that equals about 26 assemblers, and 26 times 11.25 equals 292.5 raw quartz. Effectively, barely anything. That's very little. And then limestone, that doesn't matter. We'll find some rocks. We're on a rock. We can find more rocks. Quartz though, that is a super duper low number. In fact, I think we can do something pretty spicy with that. Because you know how I mentioned we had the 2 pure quartz nodes just down the hill, right? Well, they're with Mark II miners. And these are pure, I am fairly certain. Yes? Yes! And right now they're getting 480 per minute, but if we put a Mark III on a pure node, well, we're gonna be cooking. So I went back to base again, and I made all the stuff we need for that Mark III. And so long as we can make about 780 quartz per minute, everything is gonna work out perfectly here. Can we directly upgrade? What happens to the power shards? Let's find out. YOLO. Did we get the power shards back? We did. Okay, so default, it's 480. On 200%, that's like a trillion. 960, we can't even handle that. But this is perfect, literally perfect. Because we can take the 480, I'll go back to the train station just as normal. But then 780 minus 480 equals, it equals 300. So we just have to split this line up and send some of it over to the nuclear. Easily done, actually easily done. Dude. And guess what? I was looking around the area. Guess what? Hey, who's that boy? It's a limestone node. Very cool. Oh, it happens to be a pier. Nice. So this will 100% deal with all of the limestone needs for the assemblers as well. So both things are right here, and I'm very happy about that. You know, now that I think about it, we can just do that with literally everything. The Deuterium nodes, upgrade them to Mark III miners. Deuterium's dealt with. The extra sulfur we need is dealt with, and we're just done. Though we should test out to see if this sulfur and pellet system works, but once we irradiate this, it's such a mess, dude. I don't want to. Yeah, oh god, my future self is like screaming at me, but no, we're not going to. We're gonna make the next step first, then we can sync all of the encased things we make here, and once we sync them, and then everything just gets dealt with easy peasy, right? Kind of, not exactly, but you know what? We're gonna say it's easy peasy, okay? Okay, so let's make the next floor. I'll upgrade those miners, bring everything over, and we are gonna get scooting with our production. So boop, boop, boop. Now we got all our resources. Okay, actually I forgot about the copper, so I quickly went and grabbed the copper, and now we actually have everything. So we need to build 14 smelters and 32 assemblers to kind of get everything together here. That'll make all of the silica and the quick wire that we need. Oh yeah, and then of course we have the sulfur down here too. And we're just gonna be building this on the new floor, just up above all the refineries. And I mentioned this last time, but this factory is gonna be pretty boring, to be quite frank. With the build limit we're kind of running up against, I don't wanna do too much decorating on factories that aren't our main base. Like usually I'd make it something and I'd try and make it look a little nice, but not right now. So perhaps we'll come back and we'll make this look a little better, but generally speaking, we're just gonna build normal floors, normal walls, and just leave it as is. But of course that doesn't mean we're not gonna have everything be super organized. Everything will always be super organized. It must be, or else this wouldn't be very satisfactory, would it? Or maybe not. This one seems to be all hyped up. You know what, buddy? Sure, you can be the hyped up one. But now, of course, we have to boop in the belts. And now things are gonna get really, really tricky because we have 30 manufacturers to make, and ideally, we can make all of them in this space here. It's going to be very, 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 very close. But let's kind of see what we can do. Maybe we can get lucky. Maybe these are smaller than I expect. And let's just try easy mode here, where we just have all of the manufacturers kind of lined up in a row, just like we did with the assemblers, and you know, maybe it'll work. Is that centered? You better believe it is. All right. You know, if we could get 10 in a row here, I'd be pretty dang happy, not gonna lie. However, we are running out of room real quick. And I'm feeling like this is gonna be a 9. Yeah? Okay, we got all hyped up. One of them's all hyped up, gotcha. Maybe it is 10. The hype man getting me hyped up too, but no, that's like 9. Of course it's 9. Well, that's not ideal. We could move this platform out a bit and cover up the refineries down here. Yeah, you know, that could work out pretty well. Then we could have 10 per row. Then could we fit in all the rows? Typically speaking, or generally speaking, we'd have to have splitters about here. And how we usually go about making, oh, do we have stuff for this? Okay, round 2 here, and let's use this manufacturer as the example. So if you're just overflowing these and you don't really care about production rates all too much, what you do is you just build these in a row, just like so. So you have the belts on top, and then you can actually attach the splitters right onto the line. So you just look straight ahead, match it up generally speaking, and you go like that. That's pretty easy. Then you have these come down. These will enter all of the machines. You see why we need a little bit of space there. And if you line it up properly, this will all be nice and straight. And then for these two, they go down here. And you can just continue this pattern forever, really. I think it's the most efficient way to set up a overflow system with manufacturers, I'm pretty sure. So this is pretty cool. Now, can we fit 3 rows of 10? We'll pretend that we extended this platform out. Let's give it a gander. Okay, so we'd have to have this about here. Yeah, because we have to have the merger behind as well, right? And this uses up 1, 2, 3, about 3 spaces, and then we run out of room. And yeah, I'm not extending out this way. This is already a flat wall. If anything, we're moving this in. So let's start making these horizontally now and see if we can make this work out. I think this should work out pretty dang well. I can't imagine it not. We have all the space for the belting right over there, so we can just direct things that way. Then we would have these here. Let's see, if we can fit 5 in a row here, we're set, literally set. 1, 2, that's 4. Oh, come on, brother. Oh, we're so close. Future Kibitz is gonna hate me for this, but if we build the manufacturer here, I am certain we can fit them all. Come on, dude. This is actually like my only other option, so it kinda has to work. 3, 4, ah yeah. Easily done, and we have some room to do some belt work as well. Perfect, so we got 5 in a row. And all of the inputs are gonna have to go through this one row here. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem for later. Let's see if this even fits though. So we had 5 there, meaning we need 6 rows then of 5. We will need 2 foundations width between all of the manufacturers to fit that setup I showed earlier. So friendo, I believe, let's just go over here. Good, so that's 2 rows we'll pretend. We'll build this next one over here. That's 3 rows. This will be row number 4, 5. Oh yeah, we 100% got this. Just gotta get rid of the belts. Perfect. Perfect, and there we go. We can get all 30 manufacturers all lined up in here. I'll probably end up just extending this area out a little bit. Gives us a little bit more room. And that little bit more room can be used for belt work. Now Future Kibitz right now is like, oh my gosh, but what about the inputs here? We're gonna have all the inputs on one tile for 30 manufacturers? That's insane. Or is it? So we have groups of 5. I guess this is a set of 10. Oh my gosh. We have 3 sets of 10. So that's a set of 10. This will be a set of 10. And this will be a set of 10. So load balance wise, we have to rig most belts then into 3. And that's GG. We can overflow through each set of 10 from there. Dude, that's 100% the way. 100%. We'll do our little stack starting about here. We have the 4 inputs as well. So what we'll have to end up doing is we'll have that there, and we'll have rows of 3. Oh yeah, this is gonna work. So we'll have rows of 3. These 3 will be some of the items balanced into 3. So for example, we have the silica being made, right? We'll split that in 3, and that'll take up the bottom row. The next row up will be like quick wire. Row up above that can be sulfur, and the row above that can be their uranium pellets. And then everything can just turn into this. Oh, you better believe it. Okay, dude, this is gonna work out. This is, okay, admittedly, this is not the most efficient system, overflowing through 10 manufacturers, but man, it's compact, it's gonna work. And at the end of the day, we're gonna be making like 400,000 megawatts. There's no way we're gonna use all that in our factory. Like even once all is said and done, we'll probably end up around 300 megawatts, but I can't imagine 400. So we're all good there. Let's check on all of this. Well, for the silica, we needed 675, meaning we only need 1 splitter to do all the balancing. Like literally that's it. We have the deuterium that goes into quick wire. We have 2 belts for that. And to load balance that, it's pretty easy. We got a bit of space over here too. We'll have a splitter here, splitter there, merger in the middle. So these will be the inputs. I'll connect this up later, just showing the example, right? Splits up, and I'm pretty sure all be equal now. Okay, and that'll be 1 row, and our huge pile of conveyor poles over there. And then we need the sulfur and the uranium pellets. Well, the sulfur's right over here, and dude. I'm so mad at myself. Why didn't I, what? No. We need 675 sulfur per minute to run this whole setup, right? That can fit on 1 line. Why did I bring 2? I could have combined this like eons ago. Oh, Kibs. Kibs, why? This is such a long belt highway. We go all the way from here, skirting, like, look at this. Going all the way down there. We go over there, then we go up and over and back down and probably wasted about 30 minutes there. Whatever, it is done. Can't cry over spilt milk, it's here now. Maybe that'll help us out in the future somehow, I have no idea. For now, we combine these two, and then I suppose the sulfur and the uranium pellets from downstairs would come up this way and overflow through here. So half the resources will overflow from the other side, half will go from this side. Everything will go in together, turn down this way, feed all the machines. We have room for outputs as well. How many encased things are we gonna make here? 30 times 17.5. That's gonna be a small number, isn't it? Not that small, 525 uranium cells, cool. I can all fit on one belt, so everything will be merged. At some point over to here, we'll send it up and yeah. All right, well, concept is down. Belt work time, do we boop it again? Yep, I think we boop it again. Man, don't you just love booping? Easiest thing in the world, everything's already done. Makes life so convenient. And yeah, pretty much this is the fulfilled plan we just made earlier, where everything is all load balanced. Again, very simple stuff like splitting one belt into 3. And then we went with the plan here, where everything goes into this large tower and off it scoots. Not a lot of ring power into this, just a lot of belt work. But once you know tricks like this, especially this overflow method with the manufacturers, dude, you can whip up like 100 of these in like 6 hours? I don't know. It didn't take me all that long. Only took me about 3 or 4. Also, in the meantime, I made a little airport so we can get to and from the base really quick, because that was getting annoying. And we just have a nice way up and down. As this project develops, we're definitely gonna have to add in like a lot more hyper tubes and bounce pads and stuff like that, because as the nuclear stuff comes in, we won't have the pleasure of using our exosuit to get around anymore. We're gonna have to wear the radiation suit in order to survive here. So that's something to take into consideration. We'll definitely get more into that when we build all the walls up, but we first need all of that radioactive material, am I right? The uranium. Yes, we need to set up our nuclear chew. Our train that's gonna bring in all of the uranium into this beautiful-ish area. And as per usual, your boy Kib's got a plan. We're gonna have the train station right on up here. It's gonna go this way, and go figure, it should line up with this cliff. And then after the cliff, we just will have the train go right on through this beautiful pink forest into the heart of evil. So yeah, pretty, oh my gosh, I'm hearing noises. One second, let me just get somewhere relatively safe. I do not want to die. Okay, so we should be able to bring the train right on through here. And we need to get to here. Whew. Should work out, don't see why there'd be any kind of problem. We'll run it around along the ground, because there's no point building infrastructure through here. This place is too insane. Like, you can't destroy these giant, beautiful trees. You know, I was about to say unfortunately, but you know, I think it's worth. And yeah, the biome in the red forest is just such a conundrum. It's like, I don't really want to build over there either. And if we just build along the ground, then we save on objects, right? So our game will run better. So all that in mind, yeah, we're gonna run around the ground. Hey boys, what's up? Did you guys see my new toy? It's a surprise egg. Look, surprise. You killed your son. Oh my gosh. Okay, little too brutal. Oh, apparently it was too much for him to handle. I'm sorry, stop screaming. Here. Now your little brothers are all good with you. They can join you. Okay, yep, no. It's just no chill. 1 second. That's the sound he's making, by the way. Moving on though. Sleep. my son. All right, but the plan worked out perfectly. We got our train station in, added in a nice little tower as well so we could find it again. And now we just get the uranium. Yeah, this is a really simple train station. Literally just need the chew and the one little cart and we're done. So this will go from here. We're gonna run the belt on the ground too. We'll have the input here. Can we at least keep this on the platform? You better believe it. Okay, then we'll scoot you out and around. Straight on forward, please. Into the abyss. Where is Mr. Shoots? We have Mr. Shoots, good. Okay, let's do it. Just, oh, no, they do not run straight at you. Of course they don't. Of course they don't, hey. Stop. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should just blow them up. Oh my God, they're in groups. Oh, it's the play. Just do it. Just do it. Dude, what is this? Is this freaking high ground? Are we in Star Wars? Come down here. Stop freaking me out. Okay. Apparently they won't play Star Wars. I can play Star Wars. I am a huge nerd.
My lightsaber skills are immeasurable. Your high ground is nothing versus me.
Blah, blah. Ow, okay. Low ground, apparently OP. Wow, did you get me through there? Okay, there we go. Then it's time to put on our hazmat suit. I got a bunch of filters as well. And let's build our miner. So we gotta get one of them Mark III babies. I made more turbo motors. I gotta find a solution to that too, by the way. We're probably gonna make like a temporary turbo motor setup. But yeah, it's getting super freaking annoying. But it'll be fine. Got this at least. This goes up, nothing's clipping except for through these trees. Blap. All right, and we gotta bring the power down here. And that will be that. We'll not be turning on this miner though. Just gonna leave it fully overclocked, 600 uranium per minute. And later on we'll connect up the rest of the power. We're just not ready just yet to have that thing rock and roll. I just quickly first had to set up a little bit of train logic. So now this is one big loop, and there's a nice little way off the loop to go over to that uranium node. And then these two tracks can go and fetch the other nodes. Oh, and when I thought about it, I realized I had to redo the logic on our other train station as well. So it has that nice little loop too. And that way we can have our nice chew. Good. So brother, let's just go for a quick old loop here. There's only 2 places to go. This is a closed off loop, go. Let's take a ride. Yeah, you know what? There we go. Ain't that fun? Okay, you know what? You know what? We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna actually turn the power on. We have our suit, right? Yep. Is this set to load? It is. All right, let's let her rip. This is a really bad idea, but I am very curious to see how bad the radiation is gonna be when we have one of these free platforms completely filled up with uranium. It's gonna be interesting. Is my exosuit working? Not exactly. Oh, maybe that's just the game. There's the uranium. In its ore form, it's not too bad. Tickles a bit, tickles the old bones. And then it's gonna get so much worse as it enters here. The thing with all nuclear stuff is the more radioactive material you have in one place, the more radioactive that place becomes. So as you can see, slowly, or actually quite quickly, the radiation levels are getting higher and higher and higher. And that is getting spooky. That is only with like 300 uranium per minute, or 300 uranium total. So let's throw on the old suitorino. Check her out. Full radiation now. Chu, come save us, please. Oh, that is so cool. I love building stuff on the ground. It's actually so fun. Hello, buddy. Save me from the radiation. Boop. Okay, and that is super bad. When you hear the dinging, that means you are dying real fast. So this is hyper omega radioactive. Okay, you know, honestly, this is all that I needed to see. When we get back to base, we're just gonna throw all of this uranium into the resource sink, and we're not gonna let it fill up. Just a bit too much spice for us right now. So yeah, we'll just set up 2 awesome sinks over there. Just make sure we got all the stuff out of the way right now. So goodbye, True. Hello, Spice. And we'll leave things being all nice here. And I think that is gonna be all for today as well. We got uranium. We have our next stage of uranium processing underway. And soon, we're gonna have those nuclear fuel rods and can start on the actual power plants themselves. But again, that's gonna be all here. So if you haven't yet, remember to leave a like, and I hope to see you in the next video. But have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye-bye.